TruVue Podcast.
A bunch of different views.
Them boys keep it real, man. I really like listening to them, man. They funny. Yeah. Son. You know what I'm saying? They really speak their truth. What the hell was that? You're.
Hey, yo, what it do? What the business is, son? What's good? It's your boy, Mel, and we are back in the building again, son, bringing the barbershop to the box office, B. You know what I'm saying? I got all the cassettes out here, son. You know what I mean? We got that Ghostface Killer, son. You know what I'm saying? We got the Queen of Lee out here, son. You know, we get all of the CDs you need, son. You know what I mean? We out here, man. We in these streets, B. You know what I'm saying? Word is bond, TruVue Podcast, son. Let's get it. Let's go, Dunny.
Hello. I am -X, TruVue Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Alley-oop to my guy.
Respectfully. I said respectfully. Fuck you. I'm Jay. I'm here. Let's get it popping. Respectfully and disrespectfully, fuck you.
Let's get it, son.
All right. Once again, thanks again for tuning in.
Thank you.
This is grown man MJ. Go ahead and do that, boys, some service and subscribe and join the tribe. I'm sorry for the Upper East and all of New York. We don't mean any slights or disparaging comments to your communities,
son.
Yeah.
But let's get it though, son.
Just to let y'all know, this is a Harlem movie. All right, this is Harlem.
Yeah, B.
All right, this is
Harlem World.
Okay.
Oh, so I got to do that dance then. That's
Oh, no, arms
Yeah,
down. Arms down.
Stop that. Stop it.
No,
Like that.
Stop it.
Are we shaking? Are we
What's happening right now?
shaking?
Behave yourselves.
I'm sorry. I had to shake it up, son. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, gentlemen, to a good episode. Salud. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, B. You know what I'm saying? What are we covering today? Well, we are covering 1001. What is that, you might ask? Well, this is what I'll tell you. Unapologetic and free-spirited Inez kidnaps her 6-year-old son, Terry, from the foster care system. What? Holding on to their secret and each other, mother and son set out to reclaim their sense of home, identity, and stability in a rapidly changing New York City. New York City?
New York City.
That's it. That's what I got. That's the synopsis. Oh, ain't it precious? Yeah. Mom and son tackling this together. Well, I tell you what, gentlemen. Let's tackle this together. Leading with love. No, wait, no. We're definitely gonna lead with love. Let's look at some stuff.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh.
I almost hit the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Switch it up on me, man.
You confused me a couple times on that one. Shit.
I know which way.
He said, wait, boys, are we really leading with love or are we leading with love? Which No, man, I did. I wanted to definitely lead with love and shout out, man, the way that they captured the time. Oh my gosh. Like I'm looking at the Averix jackets. I'm looking at the goddamn the jeans, the overalls. Motherfucker, I was like, oh, come on. Homegirl had the Tommy Hilfiger jeans at one point, like back when black people was fucking with Tommy Hilfiger racist ass. Like, oh man, it was just beautiful. They really
the bandana, the black women were wearing the bandana. I like the way it was captured too. I like the colors, the boldness of the times in this. Even I know this is probably going to come up later, probably in the short bus, but even like with her minimum acting skills, I thought she played the role well. You know what I'm saying? Just a black girl from the inner city, foster care system, wants something different for a child. I'm going to say it like that. And did something about it. And then it also did a good time of capturing the times where this boy who was kidnapped, it was very compelling scene where he was just like, why ain't nobody looking for me? You know what I'm saying? And in that time period, he was just a crack in the system. He just fell through the cracks, you know? So it kind of spoke to the times. I like the way that all that was captured.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it started out in '94, right? So, like, just the warmthness of those how the movie looked on screen had kind of like this warm daylight kind of film looking towards it. It kind of brought me back into immediately made me think of Crooklyn and
No.
and Do the Right Thing, like that era of Spike Lee, and like the way she would do the cuts in between from scene to scene, like when it's staring at the building and then it's daytime, it's nighttime, and then it is immediately daytime. Those kind of subtle techniques take you back to '94, and when you're in the '90s in general, when you're watching like Jungle Fever or any of those Spike Lee joints, right? And then you fast forward, she encapsulated like what the city was like as it moved into the 2000s, that from the Abla Luima to the Amadou Diallo situation. Like I was there, I was in New York during those. That was my that was my high school years. Like, and then with Giuliani coming in with this whole stop and frisk, like I can remember the paddy wagon, just walking from my friend's house and the paddy wagon coming up and being like, "What's in your bottle? Like, what's in your cup?" Or like I had you know, like a bottle of soda or some shit. And they're like, "What's in your cup?" or whatever. Or like when you come out of school and you and your friends just mad loud, and all of a sudden you see five undercover cars just and they all pull up around you guys and just they all just standing there just waiting for somebody to fuck up. And what that kind of meant for the city. And then I didn't know this. Like I heard the stories. Like my friends from Harlem, I had a friend who lived in Harlem, and they would tell me about this shit, but I never actually saw it. But when Bloomberg came through and was pushing a lot of money and a lot of businesses through, I guess through Harlem, I didn't realize the impact of gentrification on that city. You know what I'm saying? And Harlem is one of like at least for me, when I came here, they made it sound like one of the oldest black metropolis in
Metropolis.
America. Thank you.
Metropolis.
In America. So it's like for them to, I see how it can affect the people that live there. So I thought that was done extremely well. The only thing that the only knock I had was two. No one was saying you're in 2000, right? That's number one. No one was saying you're in
Nice.
2001, 2003.
But that's
At least I don't remember anybody saying that. And there was no white-tailed do-rags in 2003. Those are my only two knocks. I don't think those two things existed.
He had it tough.
Not whitetail, meaning like the actual flaps that come around are wider so that you don't. Back then it was just this little string shit that I remember. Like I don't think you would have the fucking lines going across your forehead, the creases. But I'll let you guys say anything else that you saw. Mike, how about you, sir?
Yeah, well, I liked. I'm trying to get their names together here. Lucky, like I like Lucky's dynamic with the boy, with the son T. Like I like the way they communicated with
fresh out of jail. He's like, man, this little motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Like it took a while for this movie to get where it really got good. Like it wasn't a labor for me to watch, but once it got there, I was just like, okay, I'm in it now. You know what I'm saying? Like it turned the corner for me,
Oh, it turned the corner, goddammit.
Oh yeah, man. And then to be honest, this is a safe place. I'll say it. Like, I know women like this. You know what I'm saying? I done banged a lot of chicks like this. a lot of these broken women. You know what I'm saying? These broken women that have been in the system and they want more, but they just can't seem to get out. And
so broken ass everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. That was good. Right on the spot, man. You are a savant.
Appreciate that.
You are a savant.
I appreciate.
So like, I could really, I just really understood. I could really understand some things. Even like the scene, like where she had to play her position, where Sonny had a whole nother family and everything, and told him to come on over and get a plate. Like,
now, can we just? I just want to point out, we had this discussion back in the day, and I think Mike brought it up too. But shout out to the women that knew how to keep their mouth shut, because you don't find out Uncle Charles had a whole nother family until the funeral. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's how it's supposed to.
Oh, how the women? Because I was like,
yeah, like
her already.
Yeah, she knew about her, but like everybody played their positions and everybody was taken care of.
You're right.
And got what they needed.
They kept that bottled up, right? You're right. They didn't let.
Nah, there's no trauma. There's no trauma. It's just love. I just can't.
If you saw the look on that nigga's face, yes, it was some trauma there, sir. Instant fucking like he was like, what? Wait, what?
Wait, his other what?
What? Another family.
Because you gotta understand, my man's is just his whole life was
dealing with his shit. Like he's
turned upside down. You know
what is going on? No, man, that was another thing I wanted to highlight, man. The acting in this was pretty good. And the connections that were made, like it made how I'm really big on the connections that each main character has with each other.
Yeah.
You could really feel it between Teyana Taylor and oh my god, William Carlet. Catlett, sorry, not Carlet, Catlett.
Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky. Between Lucky and Inez, you could feel the love and the tension and the wandering eye, everything. Like you could feel it with them. I thought they did a really good job too at matching the 6-year-old son with the 13-year-old son. But god damn it, Josiah just came out of nowhere. I don't know. And it's nothing against his acting, but that third connection didn't fit for me. Like the first two did. They did a very good job, like with mannerisms and all of that, but that shit just took a hard fucking left.
I was
like what part you talking
I was
about?
more so thinking that the first and the third son was connected good.
Oh, you thought first and third was?
The middle one didn't fit with the other. I thought
That's
the first and third
I can see that.
just on complexion alone. Just on complexion alone. Because to me, I felt like in each of the 3 versions of Terry that we got, I felt like the mannerisms changed completely in each of them.
Okay.
The middle one had the underbite.
Yeah.
The middle one had the underbite, and he had that like he was, not really full of esteem or anything. He had a real low self-esteem type of look to him. The other one was like quiet and like, yo, the world ain't fucking with me, so I don't know how to react to the world. And the older one was like, okay, I'm adapted. I'm kind of handling my circumstances. I still don't like where I'm at. But he had a much more New York demeanor than the other two, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's just growing up, right? Like,
I was gonna say that's how like growing up.
No, because when you looked at the middle Terry when he was 13 years old, his friend had a New York demeanor.
Yeah,
who had the Deion Sanders jersey on and all that stuff. So, but
he was a nice guy. He had to go through that nice guy phase, bro. Quiet, you know what I'm saying? Probably dealing with some type of autism.
Granted, and me being a nice guy from Chicago, I still have Chicago within my aura and vernacular.
You think you fall in the nice guy category?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Damn.
And,
yeah, that is Chicago nice right there. It could have been.
I think there's just a mistake in Like I think that's just I get what you're saying. Like there's a certain bravado and boisterousness that goes with being a New Yorker, right? And I think when you're not that, or you're the shy one, because I remember um, either his mom
That's the
or
word I was
Lucky
looking
called
for,
him.
Jay. I think shy was the word. Michael, I do apologize. I think shy was the correct word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Not the nice guy. I do.
Yeah, I think he was
up for you, boy, because Mike said, "Yeah, motherfucker."
I think he was just a shy kid that just didn't want to and when you're carrying a secret like that, where that can hem you up and your mom up, you try to not poke the bear, or you don't want to
You don't
stand
want to
out
be
too much.
seen. You want to
So
be
you
want to be
naturally a little
low-key.
bit more quiet, and the kid has been carrying that kind of a secret since he was for as long as he could remember, since he was a child. So it's
Since he was
over
6.
time, it just the quietness just becomes who you are. I think that he still carried himself to me like the quiet New Yorker. I've seen
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Jay, and something that may also lend credit to why he became who he became at 17 is the impact of Will Cutler's character Lucky.
Right. Absolutely.
I like that dynamic added to the movie as well, because it just shows that even though it's not your biological son, the impact of positive manhood on any child is going to be a positive influence and going
absolutely
forward. So
and then you kind of see that
love runs in blood, my nigga.
And then you kind of see the only time he would challenge his mom to me was in defense of Lucky. You know what I'm saying? So it was that's kind of always that's kind of one of the things that kind of made this movie stick out for me, is when a male figure comes into the life and it's just been you and your mom, right? And then the male figure comes in and they fill a void that your mom, no matter how hard she tries, can never fill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it gets to a point where your loyalty, I'm not saying it sways, but you find that internal battle with this man is teaching me how to be a man different, and
or telling me stuff I need to know about myself. Yeah,
exactly, and how to grow, and allowing me to grow. And so it's now I have to challenge my mother in certain situations because she wasn't doing this, or she was keeping this from me. And so
too, you also in that dynamic, you also see Lucky challenging her. So with him trying to imitate and actually be, a man like Lucky, he's going to end up challenging his mom, similar to how Lucky challenges her as well. So, no, that's a good point. That's very well brought up.
I even like the way I even like the way she reacted with no accountability for real about what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna bring it up
when she was confronted. That is a
mental illness.
That was real. You know what I'm saying? That was real, 100%. She knows she dead wrong for what she did.
See, that's my thing is doing something wrong and being wrong are two different things, right? And so it's I don't necessarily,
or knowing that you're doing something wrong and still doing the motherfucker.
Okay.
But
let's just chop it up. It was some good that came from what she did, but what she did was wrong. It's kidnapping.
She had good intentions.
You know what I'm saying? She kidnapped him and lied to him, manipulated him, told him his whole life was a lie. You know what I'm saying? And let him find out. She didn't tell him. She let him find out. So she was wrong. So she has to have accountability, and she did a good job of not taking accountability like most women do in today's era. Yeah.
But I did want to bring up too how she did do something wrong, and we can all see that. But she also did it with the best of intentions. So in her heart, she felt like she was doing the right thing. And knowing that and looking back at the movie, I was like, she really played the hell out of this character with that battle inside. But then I'm kind of like, did she have some sort of mental illness or something going on in her, which
she blamed Terry.
Yeah. But of course,
she blamed. She's like, you said yeah in the hospital. You wanted to call.
Yeah, no accountability. But it was funny because I'm looking back at this and I'm all like, damn, man, like it almost seemed normal, right? So seeing all of this is like, yeah, no, I know motherfuckers. I've seen this shit, like not this similar situation, but I've seen situations, like this. And it's case in point to how we're having this big explosion of everybody trying to fix their mental health and everything going on now. I was like, damn, man, like we really was wandering about and looking at this shit like it was normal. And to see that twist now, the turn where everybody's like, man, look, we done went through some shit. We need to try and fix what's on the inside of us because we done been through some stuff. But I don't know how y'all feel. Well, like, what y'all think? Am I looking too deep into that? Like,
no. I think like for me, it's just it's an ongoing. Like, no one's gonna be okay, right? Because on one hand, she did something wrong, but she saved a child from a system that would have fucked him up probably even worse. Because I haven't heard any good stories. Like whenever I hear people talk about the foster care system and group home shit, I've never heard anything good. Every story is like they only wanted me for the check they were getting from the state, or I was abused, or God forbid if it was a girl, it was like I remember I knew girls in the Spark. We had the program in high school called Spark, where it was a safe place for women, for people in general who were either coming out and had their parents didn't accept them, or they had an abusive home, or all that kind of shit. And it's just like some of the stories that came out of that shit is just ugly. You see what I'm saying?
I had the different response because a lot of the people I knew of, like I personally knew them through church and whatnot.
Yeah.
They host a lot of foster children and all of that,
and I'm sure there's a lot of positive that comes out of it.
Nah, see, I was gonna bring up that angle too. Like a lot of them foster kids that I actually ran across were through the church, and I'm not saying that their situation was abusive or traumatizing, but them kids look like they was trapped though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
In that church every Sunday, them kids was like, "Yo, this ain't."
But you had the normal
kids had a shocked look on their face every day, bro. Them
we did too,
especially
they start breakdancing and shit in the middle of
yeah, we're not doing that. We're not gonna disrespect. But just to finish on my point, at the end of the day, she brought him into a house filled with, like, it was conflict, but there was love in that conflict. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no. She
was unfit. That mother ain't had no home, dog. She was at a shelter when she found him.
Exactly. No, I understood that. I understand that, but she made him the priority, and I'm not saying the other people weren't.
Is she?
And in finding a home, in getting a place and a family for representation for him.
She believed she was that boy's mother.
No, she used that boy like an emotional support dog.
Fair enough. I see, and that. Okay, now wait. That's my other angle. That's why I say no one's ever going to be okay from this, because she used him as an emotional support animal to get through her shit. But it's not like he didn't benefit from having her there for him
dog
too.
Get to eat every day as an emotional support dog and all that shit, but he still got to get drugged through the mall and all that other shit. So what I'm saying is he bettered her circumstances by coming in her life. Is what I'm saying. She didn't necessarily better his.
But would you say that he bettered hers, but she left his a little short, maybe?
Shout but shout it, shout but shout it, shout, 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 shout but shout it, shout but shout it, shout but shout it, shout, 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 shout but shout it.
Short but shout the longest song.
Yeah, don't it? But it makes sense. The short, the longest. So how could I say this respectfully?
Don't just say it.
Man, the writing is trash in this, bro. This type of movie, I'm not sure how it won all these awards and stuff. Maybe the white people were just like, "Oh my God, I've never seen black people act black." But
no, this was part of my short bus too. Wait. No, wait. No, LaMail, this is what you're saying is part of my short bus also. Like, it seemed like we only get the praise for the Ain't Shit Mama Awards. You know what I'm saying? Like, Precious was one. The one Holly Berry. What was that?
Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball. The Losing Isaiah was another one.
Yeah.
We only get the praises when you
awards
play
and
these
all that shit
characters.
aside. Awards and all that shit aside. I want you guys to explain to me what your gripe was with the script specifically.
Okay.
Right?
Well, let's talk about story. Let's talk about character building.
Okay.
Character building is one, yeah.
You know,
so who was underdeveloped?
Everybody.
I was gonna say who was developed.
I was gonna say everybody. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? We have nothing.
All the characters were introduced like that guidance counselor was.
Just pop. Like what the okay.
Even when we get the transitions to the new theories, we don't see any. We don't have any reason to understand why he goes from this Terry to this Terry or this Terry to that Terry. When they're showing the changes in the character, when they do the 4-year gaps and stuff.
Yeah,
there's not enough in the script there's not enough in the script that fills in why he changed the way he does, though. That's my point.
They're jumping
in
around.
What way? What do you mean? I think it was a consistent kid throughout the whole movie.
A natural storyline has at least three basic setups. You have the setup where you're introducing there's a problem. You have the conflict. Well, this is what the problem that I have to fix, and then you have the resolution. A lot of this, there was just setup and resolution. There was no middle ground being met in this. We saw there was a problem, and then we get the ending. There was no.
And then to add, if you don't get that twist with the ending, I don't want to ruin it for the audience who may not have watched it. But if you don't get that twist with the ending, and she's convicted as just stealing her child from the system, this is trash all the way through.
Yeah. But even
it's like Hyphen said there was a point that he got interested in the movie. I would love to know where that point was for him, because it was a struggle for me to call out that point.
I think it was right. I think it was right around the time that where the character Lucky got called in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I like that dynamic. I was a habitual stepdaddy for a very long time with a lot of different women, so I understood his stance, you know what I'm saying, on things. Like, he didn't sign up for that shit, so I got interested there, and then that just kind of kept my interest because I was seeing how Terry was changing, and then like how he talked to like one of my favorite scenes in there. I kind of laughed, chuckled a little bit, was when Terry was walking with the girl, and he was just like, "Do me a favor and step on the other side of me." Yeah, it's for your protection, because that's what Terry taught him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of me liking this movie is being able to relate to some of the characters in this movie, and just to do a pushback on what you're saying about how a lot of people were introduced like that guidance counselor and whatnot. I think that's shown. Like I think that's intentional. You know what I'm saying, in the film. You know what I'm saying.
I think important details. That's cool.
I think it was intentional to show that when you're dealing with street people, there are going to be a lot of gaps in their history. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come in and out as a revolving door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That don't make a good movie, though.
No, I like I said, I had to.
Tells a great story, though.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does. I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hyphen.
I was like, how was the story complete?
Well, like I said, like they could have did a little bit more backdrop. Like I'm big on like cutbacks. You know what I'm saying? Gave us something to show Lucky and Inez's relationship. Why are they so close? You know what I'm saying? Why don't they want them to want this child T to be a part of the system? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have liked a little bit more of that story. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, like, I'm trying to be respectful and not give away the movie.
Right.
But
but what you're saying is true. I feel like the system and how it works overall was missed in this. I think that because they kept showing, progression with the city and You know, it would have been good to know the numbers of the you know, children of adoption and things like that. Maybe I don't know, but there was really no strong. Yeah, it was just wasn't no strong connection.
So
for me.
I think from like
the introduction of gentrification without mentioning it.
I think that was meant to be subtle.
That was the only thing I think it was geographical, because you saying the introduction of gentrification was missed. Just naming.
Yes, I said the introduction of gentrification was about the only thing they did correctly in this. Like there was
okay.
You got that.
That was
on that.
That was a clear story. Yeah.
So that's my thing. It's like
street and like she's looking at them renovating the homes across the street, and then the same owner ends up buying her apartment. So you can see what's about to happen when they have that that interaction between her and the random white lady on the stoop. So to
me, it's like if there were certain things that were localized, and I think those were missed, because the entire timeline of Giuliani and 42nd Street and the low-level crimes that were getting in, like, remember, in 94, she was Giuliani's coming in, like, in late 90s, Giuliani's coming into...
I don't give a shit about the history if it's a movie.
But that's the fucking point of the story,
fucking point of a movie is you're supposed to explain this shit for people that don't know about the history.
Listen to the fucking movie. That's my shit. That's what I'm saying. If you listen, so Giuliani comes in 90s, and in it is saying why did she go to jail? Why was she in Rikers? Why was she in Rikers to begin with?
She's a booster.
Exactly.
We don't know.
We don't know that.
No, she's a booster.
She said it. She said I was locked up for boofing, right? Yep. Which technically is a different story, but yes, she was
3 years though.
That's the Giuliani shit. That's the fucking damage he did to the fucking inner city community in New York. And then it's that, and then the whole time from 94 up to 2001, you hear the stories of like, we're going to be harder on low-level crimes. We're going to be pushing people, we're going to introducing the stop and frisk.
Crime bill shit too, though. That was all during that time shit, you know. That wasn't just Giuliani.
Fair enough, but I'm talking New York because that's where this is set up, and it's like
this
to me,
it's made for New York. Anybody else?
No, this movie is telling a story of New York. This is telling a story. It's introducing a side of New York that a lot of people just don't know or didn't experience.
New York. That's what it's doing, and that's.
That's not fair to say because I think this side of New York is told in all New York stories.
Right, I'm saying it's introducing highlights of New York. It's not telling the full story. So what you're not what
do you think is missed out of it?
What you're failing to hear and what you're failing to like really get is that somebody outside of New York watching this movie, they have no background. They are not going to get it.
What do you think was missed?
I followed it. I'm not
from 94, right? So she's in jail she's in Rikers for boofing, right? No, hold on. I'm just asking this. So she goes to jail for boofing. That's why she's there. She does 3 years there for that because that was what New York was like. That's how they were handing down the sentence. It was mandatory fucking shit, right?
Right.
And then from 94 to 2001, in the background, you're seeing they're going through the overview shots and the development of the city. And you hear them in the background on the radio talking about cleaning up 42nd Street and what needs to change and the introducing the stop and frisk. Mm-hmm. So tell me what was not explained to you. That's what I'm trying to understand.
Character development.
Which character?
He's saying that part right there was explained.
Okay.
Clearly.
So then where did we miss?
Character development.
Relating that to the character and the character development within those stories. Is missed is what we're saying.
Let's look at the young Terry, right?
Yeah, 13-year-old Terry.
So young Terry.
Are you talking about the 6-year-old, 13,
the 6-year-old,
17?
6-year-old. So 6-year-old Terry had this woman that he was left alone, right? He was left on the corner, and a woman found him when he was 2. That woman was then taken away from him.
Locked up.
She gets taken away from him till he was 6, right?
Right.
She comes back into his life as the only mother he's ever fucking known. And then she says, okay, we're gonna keep this secret now, right?
Right.
So
and that's where we pick up on the story at, and then all of that is filled in throughout the boring hour and something that I watched.
Almost 2 hours.
You see what I'm saying? And then we get the switch to the last Terry, the 17-year-old Terry, and I think that's where the story gets interesting for me.
Like to me, I mean, look, I've like for me, to me, the reason why I connected to young Terry, middle Terry, and old Terry, because I didn't become a citizen until I was a resident until I was junior year in high school, right?
Okay.
So for me, it's my entire time here is a secret, because if I get picked up for fighting, if I get picked for anything, I'm deported and my mother's deported. And back then they were separating. If your child was born here, you get deported and your kid goes into the system. So the idea of keeping that secret the whole fucking time is common to people in the city,
New York, right.
which is why
that's why I say this is not an uncommon story.
No, this is no. It's not it's common to people of immigrant, not people of in New York. It's common to immigrants.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
A lot of
kids who come from abusive households, this is common for them.
No, I'm saying from the standpoint of.
I'm just talking about kids who aren't able to speak their truth in the open.
Okay, yeah. So from that diaspora, yes, you're right. Yeah. That's not uncommon. So then when I'm looking at the character, I don't see anything underdeveloped, because that's how you grow. You grow to not stand out. You grow to not poke your head up, because you'll get hit. And then I see the relationship between him and his mom, where it's a situation where it's like, look, it's almost like we're friends, right? Because I'm keeping your secret.
Because we ain't related, shit.
And we so I don't know. Like, to me, I didn't need a whole diatribe of foster care system. I don't give a fuck about that. I see that. That certain shit is just understood, bro.
Character development. You're only focusing on one character. There was
okay. So that's Terry. The next character that we're looking at is Lucky. Lucky was explained when she went over to her friend's house, right? Because her friend was
there was no explanation.
Lucky was
Lucky was explained.
He was like, she went over to her friend's house. She's like, where's Lucky?
Lucky
got locked up. Yeah. I'm gonna introduce him when he comes out. The very next fucking scene is Lucky coming out of jail and them getting introduced.
That's not the next scene.
It's not the very next scene.
It's not.
That's how you watched it. Okay. That's how the movie went. That's about how the movie went. You're right.
But then the next thing
scenes in the middle were about a piece. You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't the very next. It wasn't the very next scene, because after that he had to find a place and whatnot. They had to get to the place.
What were you missing from Lucky's story?
And then Lucky was introduced. So what Jay is saying is that he was introduced in the beginning, and then he was introduced.
She fulfilled what she said she was going to do.
What was Lucky's job?
And I are saying
what was Lucky's job?
Nigga, hold on. Oh, see, this is
construction.
The privilege.
She worked for the city.
This is the privilege. This is the privilege.
Yeah, the vest on.
This is the fucking privilege. This is the privilege. This is the privilege. Because a lot of if you have a single, this is the privilege. You ask what was his job. The motherfucker come a lot of the times.
No. I'm not hearing what the fuck you got to say. What did they explain it in the movie?
They don't need to explain it. That's single motherhood, bro. What the fuck?
Don't need a backstory on what. Okay, what did she do for work?
It's single motherhood, but they need.
She worked in Queens. She worked in Queens for that cleaning service.
For the cleaning service, did she go to the cleaning service? Was it?
Yes. Yes. When
the train.
Listen, you remember she said she had to turn the third shift so she can be at home when he gets home. And everything, and then a couple. Hold on. Let me finish. And then a couple of scenes later, it showed where Lucky was picking her up, and she was yawning because she worked third shift, working at the Queen's place.
What job? You just assume it was a cleaning place, right?
It was the cleaning place, not. It was the cleaning place, B.
How do we know?
It was the cleaning lady.
Did you need to see her go?
You need to see her go to work.
Sir. That's
she
it.
Looked like a cleaner.
Like I stand by. Look, I know you got bias because of your hat, And I
got no. I mean, no. Like,
get it, guys, but that
no. I'm just trying to answer your questions. You're saying certain things weren't explained, and I'm telling you that they were.
But
you know what I'm saying? Now, if you didn't like the explanation,
there was no explanation.
Or you wanted them to go more in depth with the explanation, then I can agree with you if you wanted them to dig deeper. But to say that they didn't explain it is not fair.
How about give me something? Don't let me assume and make the movie up in my head. Give me solid facts within the movie explaining these things instead of us just assuming. Because when we assume, make an ass out of you and me. And that's exactly what I feel this movie.
I vehemently disagree with that. I think the movie was well explained. I'm not going to say there was no holes in it, but I think character development isn't one of them. That's just my thing. I felt like I connected with Lucky, I connected with all the three Terrys, and I connected with Inez. And I understand
with them individually, but not as a whole. And that's what I'm saying.
No, and
I don't think that it just didn't work out. And as a whole, it's like Lucky was like one of the most important characters, but his story was like,
we don't know shit about.
He just thrown in there. Like Inez kept mentioning, all the time she stood up for him and was locked away. We got no mentions of that shit. They kept referring to themselves as people from the hood, people from the street, people from the system. We got really no mentions of that shit. We just know he came out of jail.
Really, they just said they were criminals. They never really said they were from anything. They just said they were criminals. And I get that. Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't know what kind of criminals they were. Like at the same time, I was thinking pimping. It was pimping going on or something. The way they was coming at Shorty. And Lucky's demeanor was laid back and he was at them hoes.
It did allude to that when she told Terry that before you came around, my body was playground to many a man. You know what I'm saying? So they did allude.
And then the streetwalker comment from her.
Yeah, it was, but it was never really like nothing was
because I don't think that's what the story is
solid
about.
in this joint. Well, I'm not.
To the contrary, I just want to push back. I'm not going to
into the last 10 minutes.
All I want to say is I did connect with all three of them as a unit as well as individually. That I will disagree with that. I don't think I made a statement that said I didn't connect with them as a unit. So pause. So I just wanted to disagree with that.
Well, it's a lot of cape wearing today.
It's not cape wearing. I think you got
look. No, I'm just we just have a difference of opinion. I haven't even broken out.
Movies are subjective.
No need for it.
Brother, you Superman through the air.
Oh yeah.
No.
You Superman that hole already. You.
I mean, look, we can.
I think you guys just wanted more from the film, and that's okay to say.
Exactly. I wanted,
and that's okay to say.
And it's also okay to be satisfied with what was given, and it was a beautiful film. And that's how.
Yeah, mine goes towards enjoyment.
I was satisfied with what was given. I'm not saying there weren't plot holes. I'm not saying there weren't missteps in the script. Like I said, they were using vernacular that wasn't developed until years later. There were certain wardrobe missteps. I thought. The story of I would have loved to see the development of the relationship between Lucky and Terry from 6-year-old to his the middle Terry, right? Where they build that bond and connection. However, there's scenes that you get that bond was built, and we can move forward because the story is really between the mom and the son. So again,
it is the story is about the mom and the son.
I don't think that's the story for me, though. For me, that's not what I took away.
That's what the story is about, though. That's what it's about.
If the story is about the mom and the son, what's the point of introducing Lucky and how he?
Well, because she's a single mother and she already has a love, and that's a part of it. That's what that happens. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of it. Another nigga comes in. You know what I'm saying? He has to be accepted. And being a nigga that's moved in with some
finding
that's how it go down. You just show up one day and you introduce to the little niggas and you live in there. You know what I'm saying?
At the goddamn table. Who the fuck is this motherfucker? And is he getting the big piece of chicken tonight?
Some people Some people like a complete slice of pie. Some people like pies that's taking bites out of it. I myself like the complete piece of pie. You guys apparently are satisfied with people taking bites out of your pie.
Wow, I'm not trying to. I don't see why we gotta hurl insults.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
Insult.
No, that
You know
was
what
an
I'm
insult.
saying?
That was an insult. But that
I,
was an
I,
insult.
I like a whole piece of pie. I like a whole fucking piece of pie my goddamn self.
But
you know what I'm saying?
You know, people taking a bite out of your pie.
I like this film. It was more towards the enjoyment factor for me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I do understand where the shortcomings come.
I think a better analogy would have been some people eat the whole pie, some people eat the crust. Okay, we'll just say it like that.
So you're trying to say do I look like a nigga that leaves crust?
Well, judging by
I don't even eat pie, so this
I am
analogy don't even apply to me.
This Jamaican shit. You know you eat some goddamn pie. We know
don't
your
eat
ass
pie.
eat the pie.
Definitely don't eat pie.
You leave the crust on the patty, dog. That's what you do.
I've never left the crust on a patty. I don't even leave crumbs on a patty.
Now you understand my frustration.
Don't ever disrespect me on some bullshit like that.
You see how disrespectful they being?
Never. I think like for me, I saw a lot of Teyana Taylor in this, and I saw a lot of when I like her character to me. I saw a lot of that in her mom from when she was signed to Pharrell, and how she went to war with her. Like it's a different the dynamics you kind of build on, and then like again for me, Terry's character is just copy and paste. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I have a different connect. I connect to it in the bonds of trauma, in the bonds of trauma, if you want to say. But outside of that, I thought the way Teyana executed the story was done beautifully, because and we don't need to keep going harping on it. We can move on. I enjoyed it from that standpoint.
Yeah, again, like I just felt like the setup wasn't like it was.
The bias has nothing to do with New York. If this was Alabama, it would be the same. It would be the same shit.
No, it'd be a completely different story.
No, I'm saying like I would still feel the same way. I'm not.
No, you'd be talking about racism right now versus.
Yeah. What do you think Stop and Frisk was?
Oh no, bro, we got that in Chicago.
What do you think Amadou Diallo was? What do you think? That wasn't most films that when we look, most films don't even mention those two names.
The shit that
most New York films don't even mention those two names. That's the shit that I think gets
because most
getting swept under the rug. No, most New York films that are about the inner city don't mention those two names now. What was the not dope? The one with A$AP Rocky where he was on the that we reviewed a couple years ago, and he was playing ball in like dress shoes or some shit like that.
That was the one with oh god damn it.
Also a Harlem flick, and they don't mention. They won't.
Rocky, was it? That was
It was A$AP and some other kid. Either way, those names don't get said enough in period pieces. They skirt over those two shit. And the gypsy cabs and what gentrification did to the gypsy cab. That's the different fucking level. Well, you saw the changes in the film.
They didn't try the cab.
It was a gypsy cab. What do you mean?
I was gonna say like she wasn't like the gypsy cab wasn't the main focal point, I guess, in the story.
What happened to Terry at the end of the story?
Don't know.
He goes to the he was going to the girl's house.
He's going to his TT crib.
His TT's crib.
And then what was the smirk at the end? Without giving away anything.
She saved him.
That
was her win. She saved him. In her mind, she won because she saved him. When people have a savior complex and a hero complex, it's hard for you to explain to them that what they did was more damaging than helpful, because they're gonna look at it like they did. They made us because they're gonna look more of what they sacrificed for it.
But I didn't get that from the question that was asked before the smirk, and then the smirk happened. And I'm like,
where to?
Yeah.
Anywhere she wants.
Then she smirks. I was like, what the? It made no sense. Said like again, maybe this would have done better as a short film or a maybe I don't know if I would watch this if it was a series, but I'm trying to think of some positive things to throw on this that might help it. But
if it was a series,
ideal of a short
it
film.
had time to address.
the short film would have done
35-minute film would have been dope.
Because that's exactly what the film looked like. It looked like it was a short film that they stretched out to make a feature length. Just from
I can agree with that.
The way of explanation that was
I'm
given.
not mad at that take. I can see that.
So,
but I think that's also just how Teyana directs. Because if you look at like her music videos are very long form music video, like the Michael Jackson shit back in the day. Most of them can go 15 to 20 minutes. So like, no, I'm not saying she directs it. And no, I understand that. I'm saying like, I could if you how do I write this? How do I say this? I don't know what the terms are, but like the way she's an
actor.
Never mind.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not saying she fucking directed it, but in her directorial style, in how she likes to put pieces out, it's kind of like she takes a short thing and then kind of like stretch it out. So I could see that this could have birthed from a short story. I'm not saying she directed it, but I believe she had something to do with the writing.
No, she's an actor.
No.
Oh, she's just an actor in it.
Just an actor.
And she was perfect for this.
She did a good job. She was perfect for this.
She was perfect for this.
Yeah,
she definitely. I think they all did a decent job. It just didn't fit well for me. It just seemed choppy for me. And I was watching it with my lady, and she really couldn't get into it at no time. And she really made a point to mention how 90s filmmaking and prior to maybe 2010 or something, stories were really built. No matter what the story was telling, that you had a story that was really built and put together, and had a start, a climax, and an end that was very defined. And I don't feel like
this was trans story.
Yeah, I felt like you don't get none of that till maybe about the last 30 minutes of this joint when you really start to soak what's happening.
Touche, man.
Like I said, I don't claim to be an expert in none of this, but
we can tell.
I see a lot of homage being paid to how they did things, how they shot movies back in the 90s. I saw the sequencing similar to a lot of the 90s movies that I liked back in the day, and I thought the acting was executed really well. So
my favorite parts were the acting, definitely. But after so much of the repetitiveness of the same type of character traits, you start to look within the story, and I feel like that's where it gets a little dicey, and that's where my score kind of falls.
Well, Jay, you said you liken it to movies that you've seen back in the day. What type of movies did you liken this to?
You are the father. You are not the father.
Was that Lucky? I think that was Lucky. What? I'm sorry.
This is Crooklyn and Fresh.
Crooklyn and Fresh. Okay.
It's funny. I was gonna go Fresh and Sesame Street.
Damn.
God, dog.
Damn. I was gonna say
this is
oh, go ahead.
This is Losing Isaiah and Beats.
Damn it! I should have went first. God damn it, you mother. I was gonna say Losing Isaiah meets 227.
This is Losing Isaiah meets I Got the Hook Up.
Oh,
yo, this is
Monsters Ball meets Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Yeah, damn it.
Oh my God, I was gonna say this is Boys in the Hood meets Monsters Ball, but this is Boys in the Hood meets
Wonder Years. Shit.
Damn.
This is He Got Game meets The Jeffersons. I'm gonna go with The Jeffersons.
This is Clockers meets Brooklyn's Finest.
Cause I think Sonny has some money, man. He had a city job. He had a real family.
Hey, yeah, I forgot to bring up too the basketball scene. Sonny started off playing with a vest, and then magically it just disappears in the middle of the
Took that bitch off, man.
Oh, lucky,
Damn.
lucky. My bad. I said Sonny.
Took
Lucky.
that
He
shit
had to
off,
get his
man.
jumper. He had to get his jumper off.
Man, they was playing horse.
His shot was ugly, but his arch right.
I was like, what did this disappear? It just disappeared, and he magically got a different color hoodie on and hugging it. I was like, what the?
I'm trying to tell you, man, Tubi is in our future, bro.
Oh man, we got any more?
Oh, bro.
No.
I'm glad you brought Gwen back into the storyline because I got to say this, dog. Like all we saw in the storyline was her going that lucky, then her sitting with the child and doing some activity or reading, or they, then her going back at Lucky, then Lucky gone, then he messed with Lucky, then it was just, come on, man. It's more to life than that, dog.
Hey, Michael, that's a complete story in some people's case, so you leave it alone.
Wait, say that again. Say that again, Mike.
I ain't saying it again, man. Get off your betting page, dog. them was in the books, dog. It's over.
All right.
It is everyone's favorite game show. Rename that movie.
Little Bootsy in the Concrete Jungle.
That's what I wanted. I forgot to pick it up, G. Hey, I thought when he first popped up on the screen, I'm like, this is Bootsy. That's Bootsy badass.
Don't do that. We're not doing that, dog.
Movie.
Bro, no, I'm not going.
I thought it. I meant to bring that up, G. I meant to. That Bootsy badass.
Yeah, I'm like little Bootsy.
I don't like Bootsy, man.
That nigga look just like Bootsy.
He do, G. He do. I had to get.
That nigga look just like Bootsy.
So Lil Bootsy in the Concrete Jungle. No.
Yes.
Changing outcomes.
Miss Independent.
Dear Mama.
Ooh, look at you.
I like that one. I do what I want.
Knickerbockers.
I Did It For You.
Ooh.
That ain't my baby.
Swiper, no swiping.
Trash is another woman's treasure.
He Didn't Want You.
Man down.
Man down. Damn. That's deep.
That ain't your mama, no way.
Damn, G.
Honorary Papa.
You gotta say it just like that, though.
Honorary Papa.
Love Over Blood.
Poor little black boy.
Charge it to the game.
They didn't even explain how this nigga wanted to be a producer. Like they didn't even allude to that. Sorry.
Well, that's because he used to listen to all their music with Sonny. I mean, Lucky. I'm sorry, Lucky.
I was like, you keep.
You listen to the music with Lucky.
Got me thinking of General Hospital. Like,
yeah, you know what, man? Like they explain the things, but I think what it is that you just wanted them to give more explanation.
Clarify.
Yeah, that's all, man. I mean, I hear you, but they did the things. You notice that every time you say something, I do have an answer for it. So it was explained.
That is like me showing you a can in the beginning and then showing you an empty can at the end. You're like, yes, you totally explained how you drank that.
Yeah, you drank that.
I showed you a can and then I showed you an empty can. You just
all this criticism and no one talks about the fact that she never had the cigarette got lit every time the camera switched back to her.
I don't give a shit about no damn cigarette.
That's not no one. That was a shortcoming and nobody.
We talking.
I'm talking whole story.
We talking all this criticism, and nobody really talking about the real facts. That if Teyana Taylor was your mama and you found out that she wasn't,
hey,
hormones
stop.
gonna change.
Hey,
It's gonna be a new story, and we gonna have a. Hey, we gonna be on.
God.
Hey, you cut it out. You stop it right now. You stop it right now.
Mike, MJ, grown man MJ are not. I mean, he has a point, but he is
the most motherfuckers in this world, dog. You can't put that one out. Like, yeah.
I mean, how you said
we all thought it. I know we all. I damn sure did. I'm like, huh.
Stop it.
My mama.
Huh. That's it.
So you know,
Mama no.
Stop it.
Mama no.
Mama's maybe. Mama's maybe.
Sound like Willie Allen.
I like that. That's my vote. Mama's maybe.
Oh man, I was.
Let's pick one and get out of here, man.
Wild. Jesus of the Christ.
Mama's maybe. What? That's my vote. What we got?
Oh man, I like mine. Little Bootsy in the Concrete Jungle.
Little Bootsy in the.
I love it.
Bootsy bad ass. These Boosies made for walking.
She said, "I want you to come live with me." Yes, TT.
All right, man. Let's pick a rename.
I'm sorry. This is just not like this is. Every now and then we do a movie that I don't want to review with you people. That's just a fact.
Oh, shit.
And this is one of them. But I'm here, so I'm partaking. But no, you people as in you Lamel, you Mike, you hyphen. Well, not so much you hyphen because I don't really know you that well, but these two motherfuckers.
Well, my thing, Jay.
No. We don't. No. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine. It's me. I'm the problem.
Because there's a lot of shit that you have me watching don't even show up for that I have to review. So let's talk.
No. I don't. I think you're misunderstanding.
No, because because I really didn't get to tell y'all the thing of this movie. The real bittersweet part that we find out at the end is the real juice of the movie, and I feel like that's where the story is, and the story's just left in a poof type of fashion, and it's done.
Hey,
yeah,
it was done. It was very lifetime-ish. It's very lifetime-ish.
Do you have anything?
Bro.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a
question. Does anybody here have something that you have had to like? Not what they did, like you have to work to forgive your parent for?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, G.
Okay.
And everybody even more than that, I've had relatives whose parents have gone astray in my house and seen their development and seen their changes. So I understand that. You see what I'm saying? When you have proper structure and all that stuff brought into somebody's life and how it changes their whole dynamic on how they relate socially and all of that. So what I'm saying is it's missed in this story somewhere.
It's not explained.
It's not explained at all because the boy goes from not talking to everybody and getting at bitches and all that. So it's not explained, and none of that is really shown in any steps. And then to show at the end what his situation actually was, and all of those dynamics have to then be reworked in your brain. That's the juice of the movie, and it's not necessarily worked in as a dynamic of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And to me, I think that's the letdown for me.
I think to me
it's the beautiful story that doesn't really get told. I think
there's I don't think it's an incomplete story because for me the biggest part is like
the bias.
The what?
I said the bias.
No, it has none to be. It's like
don't give it away.
Or like but that's my thing. Is like that's why when I said that, Mike, it wasn't that I didn't like the. It's just certain shit is just too personal for me. You understand what I'm saying? Like So when I see this movie and I see this kid that's been asked to hold this fucking secret, and then when the shit comes out, you now have to go into the world and navigate it by yourself with trying to figure out all of it on your own, because the person that you were close to lied to you for your entirety of your life. So how can you trust them?
So you relate to this because of bias again?
I relate. It's not bias. It's like an understanding of the trauma. But outside of that, I relate to the way the story was told, because I lived it. I seen it. Like it just makes sense to me. But I also was the same person that said I understood Emancipation without seeing all the trauma. Was it Emancipation with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Like without seeing him get whipped, I understood the power of the picture going around.
If you
guys relegated it to just a picture.
The new movie
without, like, for example, what was the other one?
Well, I think you explained yourself pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't think you understood our explanation in that either, but I'm not gonna go into that explanation on here. But I mean, if that's what you took away from it, that's what you took away from it. I hope that's
that was my takeaway. Like it was just, you were like, I vividly remember hearing Lamel go, all you talking about is a damn picture, dog. A damn picture. And I'm like, okay. I don't necessarily need to see everything to understand everything. You understand what I'm saying? But when it's like, sometimes the words are just enough. So this was one of those for me.
Okay. What was the rename?
Lil Bootsy in the Concrete Jungle.
This motherfucker go back to that's his vote. My vote was shit, I didn't forget mine. What was it?
I'm going with Mama's Maybe.
Mama's Maybe. That's what it was. All right. I'm voting Mama's Maybe. Jay, what say you?
I'll go with that if that's the majority.
Damn. Mama's Maybe it is. All right, there we have it. I ain't gonna argue.
Or we could say Brenda Got a Baby. Shit.
Was it Brenda? No.
Brenda Got a Baby.
I like Dear Mama. Jay said that one.
Dear Mama was good. I like Swiper No Swiping too, but nah, man, fuck it. We need to end this motherfucker because we're just the goddamn perpetual cycle in this bitch. Yeah, man. TruVue rename, Mama's Maybe. Y'all get it if y'all watch the film. But the official TruVue score for this motherfucker is.
Find out. 1, 2, 3.
It was a 3. Let's go ahead.
Mid 3. It's a mid 3.
Yeah, it was mid. It was mid 3. This is probably the only time New Yorkers will accept a mid, I guess. You go ahead and let's hit them with the recap of the recommendations and rewatchability of this film. Hyphen, what say you?
Well, definitely, I probably will rewatch this. Not in the near future, but I probably will rewatch it. I do recommend this to anyone who likes like trauma-filled street stories. You know what I'm saying? I think that they will enjoy this. Girls that like are homebodies and whatnot, they'll enjoy this movie to the up.
What are some trauma-filled street movies?
That was a different genre. Like, I feel like we didn't even do the pronouns. Like, how? What the?
Yeah.
You know, this is
the black movies.
The life and choices of a street kid. That's what she is. She was a street kid. This is the life and the choices of a street kid.
I'm just trying to clarify the genre. Maybe I've seen some. Maybe I haven't. I don't know if I
like Losing Isaiah. Losing Isaiah is one.
Okay. All right.
Losing Isaiah is one. From Forced to Pick Another.
Shit, Monsters Ball. Monsters Ball was a trauma film.
Street Story, yeah. I mean, that's more of a dirt road.
I don't know if that was necessarily street.
That's more of a dirt road type story.
Just wanted to feel good. It made me feel good. I want to make you feel good. All right. Go ahead, man. Keep this shit moving, man. This shit long enough, goddamn, for this. Goddamn. Jay, what say you?
Well, I've rewatched this already. I've rewatched this joint already. And I think the second time was better for me, but the first time I didn't finish it, so I'll say that. And recommendation, I think the acting alone is good enough to give it a recommendation. The story is interesting enough in itself. And I'll speak about it off camera, but yeah, I'll probably recommend this. I probably wouldn't rewatch it again though.
I wouldn't recommend this to anyone that I know here. And I think the people if I recommended it to anyone in my family, it might just create some more shit than we need to. Like we just may not. So I don't see me recommending this. I definitely am going to rewatch it. For the people that know me, this is definitely going in my Sam Cooke playlist. But it's just I have to rewatch it just because I think I need to try and like learn how to deal with a lot of shit and learn how to forgive. Because I'm like, yeah. So it's a good way for me to like just keep seeing certain things to like, try and learn certain aspects, see things from a different point of view.
Hey,
for me, it's so that I'll definitely
just to ask one quick question for you, Jay. Just to ask one quick question: what story of forgiveness did you get in the film?
That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen it yet. Like I'm trying to see, like I'm trying to see, like when you go through all of this, like how do you forgive? Because at the end of the day, he has to forgive the people.
Figure out.
I don't want to get how to. He has to figure out who to forgive.
Yeah,
exactly. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I just kind of want to I want to watch it again to see if like I get clues as to like how he might go about it, or how I might draw the conclusion for the sequel or non-existent sequel.
Oh, please!
And then apply.
Please,
you get what I'm saying, Mike? And then just try and apply.
No, real talk. Because I feel like that's a good part of the story that could have been in here, but we.
Yeah, and I think
again,
I think if you want to make that your gripe about the script, absolutely.
No,
if it wasn't,
there's so many others.
I wouldn't. That's so far down the list.
I would not rewatch this. I would not recommend this. This is not my cup of tea. I actually like my movies complete. So again, if I got it wrong, y'all let me know. New Yorkers, y'all go ahead, blow up the inbox. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all go ahead and hit us up over at YouTube. And be sure to check us out at TruVuePodcast.com. That's TruVue Podcast.com, where you can subscribe, share, and comment to help us defeat that all-powerful algorithm that's trying to hold the Black Pod down. Thank you for riding with us over YouTube. Be sure to hit that bell for notification, subscribe button, that thumbs up, and leave a comment. We do respond to your comments because we here at the TruVue Podcast know that your time is very precious. So why waste it watching bullshit? Go ahead and drop a movie in there for us to review, because we will do what we do, give y'all the true view so y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? TruVue Podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. And go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. Do everything that Melly Mel just said. Follow us, comment to us. Let us know what you want us to do, what you want us to watch. And let us know if anybody on this podcast was totally off base.
Please do.
Let us know. Let us know, all right? I am -X. Alley-oop to my guy.
We was literally divided in half. This half over here kind of knew what the hell we was talking about. That half over there was being nostalgic and seeing some other movie. I wish I had y'all TV.
No, we just enjoy something different than you. You don't have to insult. You didn't enjoy it.
I said.
I always keep in mind that you like Pearl. I think Pearl is the worst movie ever produced ever.
X.
Whatever. You defended it, but neither here nor there. Neither here nor there.
I wish I had y'all TV though, because y'all got the complete story. My shit was glitching on this side, but again.
Well, you do have to be able to pay attention and comprehend to enjoy this story. Yes,
and take notes and then fill in gaps that aren't there as well.
Have a creative mind, little imagination.
Yeah. No, you don't see, because this actually helps the future screenwriters, because they know that they don't have to write a complete story anymore. They can just big ass gaps, and they'll fill it in. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because our consumers are smart.
They not be too smart if they paid to watch this shit. All right, man. TruVue Podcast, y'all. Y'all know what we always say.
Go watch some shit.
Yeah,
Stop judging others.
because we definitely did watch some shit. TruVue Podcast.
A bunch of different views.
The boys keep it real, man. I really like listening to them, man. They funny. Yeah. Son. You know what I'm saying? They really speak their truth. What the hell was that? You're